gets ready to serve. Set up on the near side. Two great liberos that we're going to see today as that one goes off May, and the Demon Deacons are on the board first.
Yeah, you talked about it. That defensive play is going to sustain rallies, and the longer you're in it, the better chance you have of being able to come up with a kill, especially when you look at Emma Fallon for Wake Forest. She has been a constant there for the Demon Deacons, helping result that rally into a kill.
Set up in the middle for North Carolina. It's there. It's something they've been working on, and that pays dividends there. We're tied at 1 apiece. And the man in charge for North Carolina continuing to take this team to new heights. Now within the top 25, looking to usher their way up even more. As Wake Forest will just have to play it over. This one set up for Thorpe. Talked about her in the open, but dug out by Wake. Great defense as that one gets through the block. And Wake Forest takes the lead.
Lagidi getting in on the action, but that doesn't happen without a great dig from Becca Bellows, a setter for Wake Forest that plays extremely well in that zone 1. When you're in that back right as a setter, you're only in that position because you're able to defend and dig up balls like that.
A service error for Wake Forest ties things back up at 2, and the Demon Deacons are going to have their hands full with this front row for North Carolina. They are deep, and each and every single player on this team can play. Taylor to serve. Gita with a big swing, and that one gets down for Wake Forest.
Yeah, Lagita doing a nice job of being able to cut that block, right? We talk about North Carolina's size and them able to put up that double block on each pin so seamlessly, but Lagita taking that cut and that angle to keep it in.
Lagita, one of those transfers for Wake Forest. Here's a big swing attempt from Hampton. Haven't seen much of her early in this contest. Set up again for Hampton. Comes Thorpe with some touch. A setup on the near side, but it's right at May. A great rally here between North Carolina and Wake Forest. Set up for Thorpe, and that one gets through the block.
This is going to be so important for both sides. When you have elite defenses and amazing liberos that can hit everything, you're going to have to find new ways to score, more creative ways to score. It's not always going to be the big hit. And Thorpe doing a nice job of being able to tool off the hands of Wake Forest blockers there.
Bobbitt serves it over. Hawkins was there in the middle, just can't get it over. Carolina hops on top. Haven't seen much success in regards to the serve for North Carolina this season, but Lainey Smith is there on the block, and Carolina on a 2-0 run.
Might not be as aggressive from the service line, but do they cover that net so well? Top 7 in the ACC when it comes to blocks per set. They can put up a wall.
A wall that seems impenetrable at times. As Hampton looking for the call, not going to get it, as the point goes to Wake Forest.
It's a high bump set. Hampton trying to track it.
So here comes Emma Farrell to serve. One of the top defenders in the ACC. Big swing for Hampton, gets down. And she is here arriving at the party, 6-4.
Sophie Hampton does such a great job of being able to recover. You know, picks up that error a play ago, and now there she is being able to read that block, hitting over the high hands.
And Sadie Peck is able to get through the block. That is North Carolina. And some substitutions will come in for Wake.
Yeah, Coach Holzmeyer telling us that Sadie Peck has been a bright spot recently with Olivia Murphy out since that Maryland game several weeks ago. So obviously new opportunities, new players step up.
Only just a freshman stepping up as Lauren Shutter gets that one over and lays it down in the middle of the deck. And we'll take another look at this one.
Lauren Shutter, one of the most efficient hitters on this North Carolina team, hitting a 387. It's because she gets that nice tempo set, able to come down with the kill.
Off the arm of Hampton, and Wake Forest keeping themselves in this one.
When Wake Forest needs a side out or needs a kill or needs something to happen, it seems like it goes to Paige Crawford, and that's the reason right there. Such that heavy arm, that strong arm for the kill.
Back set goes in Carolina's favor, off the block and out of bounds for North Carolina.
Zoe Barrett and number 77, Chelsea Thorpe. Barrett survey.
Barrett and Thorpe head back into the game for North Carolina. Barrett to serve. The back set. May is there to dig it out. And Pierce too aggressive there as it goes in Wake Forest's favor.
23, Williams.
A back and forth affair so far. Thorpe plays it over. A big swing attempt is blocked at the net once again. Jackie Taylor is there.
I'm not surprised that we're slowly warming up in this match, right? North Carolina getting a sense of these Wake Forest hitters right now. Obviously keying in on Legita, who's had success early.
White. Kittle has to go all the way into the stands, and great recognition there from North Carolina. Wake Forest out of place, and that one placed beautifully right in the middle of the court.
Chelsea Thorpe. Sometimes it's great when the players make us look like we know what we're talking about, right? When we featured them before this match, what a great IQ play. Instead of just taking the free ball and seeing what you can set up, let's take the point right there.
Great dig from May. Hampton with a swing. But Emma Farrell is there. It's going to be a tough opponent to battle against as she has another incredible dig. May and Farrell going at it. Hampton gets the tip, and Carolina finds success after that rally.
Felt like the two liberos were battling it out there, just encouraging their hitters to close out the rally. But what a great rally, but big swing by UNC to grab that touch.
Haley Pierce, only for Wake, as White Kittle's attempt too strong, and Carolina's starting to pull away. Pierce serves, and the service error goes to Pierce, too strong on her attempt.
Demon Deacons, number 17, Ryan Baker, and number 11, Sadie Peck. Baker survey.
Well, here's Ryan Baker. Led Wake Forest in assists last season. Hampton comes down with the swing. Oh boy, she can high point a ball like no other.
And credit to Hampton being able to pass that ball. Ryan Baker has one of the toughest serves in the ACC. She has 19 service aces on this season, but Hampton passing and swinging there. What a beautiful first touch.
Bollinger serves it over. Baker sets up Peck on the far side. Carolina was there to dig it out. Another chance for Wake. Great touch. But Hampton gets it up. Thorpe pushes it over. Another great dig from Pierce. Thorpe gives Wake Forest another chance. And they get through the block on the near side.
Another great cut by Lagita. We've seen her do that early on. Lauren Shutter from North Carolina there, a little late to the block, closing in on that inside angle. Lagita taking advantage.
Lagita, a player who is no stranger to the spotlight. NEC Player of the Year in her time with Chicago State. As Crawford is able to get it to ricochet off the block of North Carolina, and Wake Forest climbing their way back into this first set.
They're really embodying the mentality that Coach Holzmeier told us about, saying he wants this team to be very aggressive, always go for the aggressive kill. They want to go after it every single time, and that's what we see in these intense rallies.
May comes out of nowhere for a great dig to keep things alive for North Carolina. Crawford. This one in the middle for Pearson. It gets down. What a great rally, finishing off in North Carolina's favor.
This is why Haley Pierce is top 25 in the ACC in kills per set, because she can do it from every zone. Here she is coming from the back row with that back row quick, the big as they call it, being able to come down in the back row. You have that little running start. You almost get a higher angle, some more speed, bringing that ball some power.
Here's one of those transfers to make their way to North Carolina in 2025. So Carolina gets another one, 15-10. They now lead. We'll step aside here on ACC Network Extra. Stay with us. It's been a rare occasion for this team to lose inside of their home court.
Yeah, and the game they did lose was a 5-set match against Kansas State, who's a very good team. And Coach Shaw saying they learned a lot from that one.
Kansas State, a tournament team through and through, had a big battle with North Carolina inside. Carmichael unfortunately didn't go North Carolina's way, but a learning experience for a young-minded team that is still trying to put the pieces together and build a team that can be super successful in the ACC. Point goes to North Carolina as they continue to pull away once again here in this first set. Serving has been a point of emphasis for this UNC team as Safi Hampton gets the service error there.
Bellows serving.
Bellows serves it over. Pierce just gets it off the block. And an interesting setup there from Murphy. Unable to get it over.
Yeah, Becca Bellows didn't have Paige Crawford because Crawford just dug it up, so she was trying to make something happen.
Bellows right in the middle for White Kettle, and a good opportunity for Wake Forest.
White Kettle can bring a whole new level of physicality to this team. The New Mexico State transfer, high praise from Coach Holzmeier about her. It's just a matter of cleaning up her game, and that time, that was a one-on-none situation, all White Kettle.
Place to beauty down the line. Here's a big pass over to Pierce. Dug out by Wake. Right in the middle for Williams, and she gets it down.
This is what Wake Forest does so well. They stay in rallies, they stay in sets, and it's because of that elite defense. Paige Crawford doing a great job of digging up, playing that back row. That's why she's a 6th rotation player. She can do it all.
Another impact transfer as Pierce gives May a long run, but they just get it over. And met on the far side by Pierce to deny it. What a block.
I know Haley Pierce was motivated by Maddie May's hustle right here, the diving, great contact. Instead of just reaching out one hand, she got there enough to get both hands under the ball and get it back there. Haley Pierce finishing that rally though.
And a great serve there from Barron as she grabs herself an ace.
North Carolina not known for aggressive serving. Wake Forest actually is, but they'll take them when they can get them.
Timeout here taken by Wake Forest as we come to a near close. So they'll hit the road in October. Although they will be traveling to Duke, which isn't too far of a drive if you ask me. Here's a swing on the near side, and it goes Carolina's way.
Lugini trying to get around that block. That can result in errors because you have that wall there and you pick up an error hitting it too wide.
Lugino with some touch. Crawford is there. Here's a setup in the middle for Hampton. And Farrell can't get there.
We saw Pierce with the back row attack. This time it's coming from Hampton, and she has so much pop to her hit. She can rip it and go. And coming from the back row, it's so hard to predict and get up that block.
Carolina on a 4-0 scoring run. Make it 5. Another ace from Zoe Barron.
Again, service. Forest. Focus on doing a better job of that first attack.
So another timeout, and I'll tell you what, life looks pretty good right now for North Carolina. Barron with another nice serve. The back set, but Hampton is there to dig it out. A big pass for Pierce, but she's too strong in her attempt.
Yeah, Wake Forest putting up a big block now on that right side with White Kettle in there, sitting 6'5". So obviously that gives Pierce a little hurdle to get over.
Here's Thorpe. Haven't mentioned her much since the beginning of this first set. May with a great read as she watches it over her head and gets the 23rd point for North Carolina. Pierce to serve. Crawford, as that one is placed down beautifully by White Kettle.
White Kettle bringing the heat, a wide open net, slicing through that wide open block there, finding the seam and taking full advantage. Right, aiming that attack line right there. Talk about a vertical.
Graduate student playing very well. Taylor, too much on that attempt in the middle as the point goes to Wake Forest.
Demon Deacons really going to need to capitalize anytime North Carolina makes mistakes. They don't make many of them. They play very clean volleyball. That's what helped them get that sweep against Florida.
Baker, a tremendous server, but Carolina is there on the response. UNC set point.
For Carolina, number 6, Julia Volunteer. Carolina fans, make some noise here. Set point.
So here comes Julia Bollinger to serve for North Carolina. Baker on the far side. And the point will go to the Demon Deacons.
for Carolina, number 21, Jackie Taylor.
Like a net violation maybe on Haley Pierce there on the outside net.
Set point.
Shutter in the middle, and she gets it over for Carolina. North Carolina takes the first set, and we step aside to continue to battle back here against North Carolina. As we are underway in set 2. That one just got a piece of a Demon Deacon, and Haley Pierce puts Carolina on the board first.
North Carolina with ease on offense, a very balanced attack so far. 4 players with at least 2 kills, and Hampton sticking out with 4 kills.
Barron with a nice serve. What a great pass on the back set. And the Demon Deacons tie things up.
White Kettle has so much power, but look at that set. Bellows somehow gets her hitter in the right position. Becca Bellows, very athletic.
Check that. Subbing in to serve, number 1, Drew Lavaji.
Lalagi will serve it over. Great setup in the middle for Taylor, and she slams it down.
North Carolina has done a really great job of siding out immediately, not letting Wake Forest go on runs, and that's why they were able to create that separation in that first set, and here they are responding.
Crawford is there to receive the serve from Pierce. White Kettle over with some touch. Thorpe just gets it off the block. Here's a big attempt right at May. Sets up Thorpe again, and that one gets down just on the line.
Obviously, we want to give Chelsea Thorpe her flowers. Amazing arm there tracking that set, but Maddie May continuing to be consistent there in the left back. She had 26 digs her past 2 times out. That first one was a career high, and then she's like, let me do this again. Back-to-back matches with 26 digs. She continues to impress.
It's been a vocal point of that defense as Legina just gets that one down. Hampton got a finger on it, but unable to get good positioning.
Legina had such an amazing career at Chicago State at that lower level, but she was able to transition to the ACC, be able to bring that caliber or step up that caliber in this conference.
Great dig by Pierce to keep things alive. Hampton gives it across for Thorpe. Here's a setup in the middle for Crawford, and great touch as Taylor can't find it on the way down.
Paige Crawford again getting creative with her swing. That time, instead of coming down hard on it, maybe due to that set as well, she tips it over. And clearly Jackie Taylor was ready for a big swing, so she was midair trying to recover.
There's another nice serve from Wake Forest. Jackie Taylor eager to attack. May gives it up for Thorpe, and off the block once again. Thorpe continuing to be a problem.
Elise Hawkins for Wake Forest in the middle there has been unable to lock down on some of these North Carolina hitters. Hawkins is such an elite blocker. I know Coach Holzmeyer wants to get her more involved.
Here's another big chance right at Taylor, and they cash in once again. Demon Deacons tied things back up. Lagita to serve now. Here comes Hampton on the big swing. Met by the block once again. Crawford gets another chance. And it almost looked like that one went off the tip of North Carolina, but it will go Wake Forest.
For Carolina, number 14, Emily Bond. And number 23, Lanny Smith.
Yeah, North Carolina just kept putting up a wall. Wake Forest had to find ways around that block, unable to. That's what North Carolina does so well. Their blockers are so versatile, moving around that net.
May gets it over. Some miscommunication from Wake Forest. And Carolina gets an interesting point. Demon Deacons get a point off a service error from Bobbitt.
Serving for the Demon Deacons, number 10, Emma Farrell.
Emma Farrell, one of the liberos we talked about today, and Maddie May on the other side. Both coaches saying both these liberos are on those scouting reports because they're just so good. You do have to plan for them.
Two of the top defenders in the ACC continuing to duke it out, and Carolina finishes off the rally.
And when you have liberos like that, just elite defenders, coach is telling us that you have to you try to aim around them. Don't even give them the opportunity to help their team keep that ball alive. But that one, Laney Smith able to capitalize on a great dig from Maddie May.
Hampton just gets that one over. Crawford gets it through the block for Carolina and brings the Demon Deacons back within one.
Coach Holzmeyer telling us he wants to attack, he wants to be fierce, but you also have to step back and realize that just a big swing is going to get denied by these North Carolina blockers. So Crawford realizing that, doing a nice wipe off the hands of North Carolina blockers.
Bellows serves it over. Shutter unsuccessful on her attempt.
So low set by Bobbitt, communicating with Shutter after that point.
Bellows serves it up again. Pierce will just play it over. Farrell gets a nice one up. May running right into our camera crew, and she's unable to get there. Demon Deacons on top now.
She's a little frustrated too, like I couldn't do anything. He was in the way. Full blame to the cameraman. But great effort by Maddie May, and that's something that she does so well. She goes after it. We've already seen her chase down a big ball in set number one, and there she is doing it again. Body on the line for the Tar Heels.
Poor Zach, taking a big hit, laying on his body on the line. I don't know if he signed up for that today, but big shout out to Zach on our crew. There he is, big old smile on his face. For standing tough in that one, I think I would have shied away for sure. You would have seen me duck for cover immediately.
He's also on like a rolling chair.
He didn't budge.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't budge. Unbelievable discipline from our crew. 8-7 Wake Forest leads. Smith with another great play on that far side for North Carolina.
Now serving for Carolina, number 25, Maddie May.
Back and forth we go in this second set. Here's a chance for Crawford right off of May, and they're back on top.
Again, Paige Crawford reading what the defense is giving her, taking that inside lane, if you will. Maddie May needs to be one step over to read that. That's a rare miss from May.
Wake Forest currently in the driver's seat. Bobbitt over for Pierce. What a dig from Farrell. And she's met at the block by North Carolina. Jackie Taylor was there to meet Bagita.
Taylor and Hampton, both 6'1", with size and length and athleticism, getting there, closing out that corner, but great dig by Farrell.
Here's another chance. Soft touch. Placed beautifully.
Good read by Lagita. We talked about her experience at Chicago State, where she transferred from. She went to the NCAA tournament with that team, led the team in kills, so she has experience on that higher level. She also trained this past summer with Poland's national team as well, so a lot of experience to pull from for Lagita.
Williams, too strong. And she helps tide things back up here in Carmichael. Barron. Here's a chance for Hampton. May was right there. Thorpe gets it down right off the fingers of Wake Forest. And Carolina grabs the lead.
I like watching her rip down a kill too, but we got to follow in on her celebration as well. This is what she brings to the team, not only her level of play, but her enthusiasm and energy on the court, something that all of her teammates, it's contagious, right? When you have a teammate that plays with so much energy.
Without a doubt, she is animated as they come. As this set really heating up, back and forth, we continue to go.
The Demon Deacons, number 17, Ryan Baker. And number 11, Sadie Peck. Baker serving.
The Demon Deacons have come out swinging in this second set. Have made some smart adjustments, but there's Hampton there in the middle to give North Carolina the lead right back.
Again, Ryan Baker, one of the toughest servers in the ACC, and North Carolina is handling this aggressive serving team, making that ideal first contact to be able to get their hitters in position, and look at them getting their middles involved early.
Bollinger to serve. Here's a chance in the middle. Pierce just got to it, but unable to make a good swing at it. And we're tied once again.
Kind of an awkward hit, but a credit to Hawkins to be able to get that in position and keep that ball in deep in that zone one out of place.
Agita with a nice serve. Pearson Hampton showing some confusion.
Finally, this makes sense. Wake Forest getting a service ace for the first time this evening.
Here's the chance to serve again. Another nice serve. Here's Hampton as she gets that one through. We're tied once again in Carmichael.
Again, a flip side out from North Carolina. It's something that Coach Shaw had told us earlier this season is this team doesn't really panic. You know, when they are down or when they do realize that they're going to have to battle it out, they don't panic, they just respond. That's what we've seen here, as this has been a very close set.
Close set indeed, as the block for Carolina comes through. Hampton is there. And he digs it out. Here's a chance for Shutter. He can't get it over.
Again, just too low of a set for Shutter to be able to get going. This is something that North Carolina faced against Kansas State. They couldn't get their middles going. Just working through that offense, getting their setters comfortable.
Here's a chance for Hampton, and that one gets through. Carolina
of this match right now. 6 kills, leading North Carolina as they lead set 2.
That'll be Safi Hampton to serve. Had the kill moments ago to put North Carolina in front. But it's the Demon Deacons that continue to come striking back as we're tied at 15.
Wake taking advantage of that inside. Lauren Shutter not able to get that left arm down and pushed over the net to block that.
May gives it up for Pierce. Legita is able to dig it out. Crawford with some touch and great hands there from Shutter to place that one over.
Serving for Carolina, number 25, Maddie May.
Shutter just barely got a fingertip on that ball, but it was just enough. Here's a chance from White Kettle, and she's been dominant all game long, leading the charge for these Demon Deacons.
Yeah, North Carolina hasn't been able to have a response, an answer for White Kettle. She has a lot of power to her swing. Look at that, a 462, very efficient every time she gets set. I know Coach Shaw had her on his scouting report.
Another great opportunity there from Lainey Smith as she trots out of the game and substitutions come in for North Carolina. Baran back out there. She serves. Chance for White Kettle, placed down beautifully. What a game for White Kettle. 9 kills so far.
White Kettle doing a great job of being unstoppable and doing that by smart volleyball play. She has so much experience too, right? The graduate from New Mexico State. She has a lot of wear and tear being in this sport for so long. Coach Hosmeyer telling us that she's playing through some of the injuries she had, being able to come back a little bit stronger, a little bit confident, play out her final year of collegiate volleyball at Wake.
As Thorpe gets it through the block, off the fingers of the block for Wake Forest. And Carolina jumps back in front, back and forward.
For Carolina, number 33, Haley Pierce.
Pierce from Charlotte, North Carolina serves it over. Trying to go with that soft touch once again. Thorpe maybe shouldn't have touched it. Barant was there, but nonetheless, Wake Forest ties us back up.
Lakita got a kill doing this the previous time with that light touch. As a blocker, you're so eager to try to help keep that ball alive, but sometimes you just gotta let your back row, your defense dig that up.
Winston-Salem, Mike.
Thank you, Olivia. Great story in regards to her having to deal with a lot, making some serious changes, but she has brought her incredible play style onto the court as that one goes in Wake Forest's favor, and there she is, being a big part of Wake Forest's success here today. Baker to serve. Right to Pierce. Barant sets up Hampton, but Farrell is there to dig it out. Wake Forest will just get it over. Barant, back set, Thorpe, got it.
North Carolina is going to look to somebody to reset them and get them back into their rhythm to close out a set. It's going to be Chelsea Thorpe. Not only have we talked about her energy, but her ability to find open court. A great cut going deep into zone 1.
Creeping towards the end of set 2 as that one is placed beautifully right in the middle, and the Demon Deacons jump out in front.
Now serving for the Demon Deacons, number 2, Patricia Bakia.
Hawkins, just a freshman, the one to give Wake the lead. Here's a setup for Hampton, still being fought for, and Carolina ties it back up.
Checking for the heels, number 14, Emily Bobbitt, and number 23, Lady Smith. It's Bobbitt serving.
Here comes a big swing from Crawford, and she gets it down. Too many lead changes to count here in this second set.
Paige Crawford doing what she does best, is being able to, not the best set, obviously, way off the net, but that ball popped up high enough. Crawford able to get her full approach in there, swing that ball down hard.
7-kill day for Crawford. Hampton just got it on the line, and we're tied once again. A really big back and forth affair.
Hampton, such a powerhouse when it comes to that swing, but it's her follow through and kind of that claw. Once you follow through on your hand to be able to have that top spin that rolls in for her. What a great hit.
Bobbitt sets up Pierce right at Baker, and Peck can't get there.
Look at this line drive. Baker takes one to the chest. Her teammate's unable to get that one. That ball kind of dies once it hits your chest like that.
Carolina looking to pull away. Hampton to serve. Peck gets blocked by Shutter. And a 2-0 run for North Carolina.
This is their strong suit. North Carolina with their defense helping to turn the page here in set 2. Look at Shutter. She's like, yeah, it's just what I do, guys. And she does it at such a high clip.
It's a Carolina team that has gelled very well together. Pierce, the soft touch. Farrell was there. Crawford, right at Bobbitt. Pierce will just play it over. Back set for Peck. Pierce is there to block it, and the rally continues. Crawford. Bobbitt, back set for Smith. Lagita brings it over to the far side, and Lainey Smith is there to meet her.
A tough angle. Lagita trying to set that up for her outside, but North Carolina blockers were ready for that. Lainey Smith there, 6'3" wall, ready for the block.
A great dig by Bobbitt and Smith to keep it alive. Great teamwork there from Carolina. Crawford. Right at May, still alive for North Carolina. Are you kidding me? Back set Peck. The whistle goes. And it looks like possible interference.
Take a look at this defense, though. Setters that can play defense, that's why you have a 6-2, because you trust them to play that back right.
For Wake Forest, number 18, Becca Bellows. It's still set point for Carolina.
Carolina still an opportunity to win this set. It's set point. They lead by 2. Pierce. A chance for Smith, and she gets it down. The crowd is into it as Carolina grabs the second set. Up.
Yeah, Coach Shaw saying some good stuff earlier this season about how, despite all the new faces, they've really been able to gel quickly.
Crawford tries to go with some soft touch. Carolina was ready for it. Bellows sets it up for Whitekettle, and her hot night continues.
Well, you know, Olivia told us that this is what Coach Holzmeyer said. They're going to lean on their veterans, and Whitekettle is a veteran, the graduate. The New Mexico State transfer has been unstoppable right now with this against this North Carolina team, so they'll lean on her. She's been able to come up with kills.
Barrett battling for it. Thorpe tried to get a hand on it, but the Demon Deacons quickly jump out in front, 2-0.
And Wake Forest has consistently got better this evening, right under 100 hitting percentage in that first set. Then they hit a 293, so they've been slowly working their way back, but is it a little too late?
The back set for Pierce, and she can't get her hand on it. Not a good start here for North Carolina. Crawford with a nice low serve. Set up in the middle for Taylor, and she gets it down.
That'll bring some energy back to your side of the net right there. A nice tempo set, quick. And look at the placement right between two zones, right? You're not drilling it right at the defender. Finding open court, key to a kill.
White Kettle once again. This time takes dead aim at Barant. And the Demon Deacons, 4-1, they lead.
White Kettle, the first hitter in double digits right now in kills, hitting a 500. Again, North Carolina with no answer from the right side.
And this time it looks like Carolina does have an answer. This time Jackie Taylor once again.
Taylor continues to excel and develop in the ACC. Last year, all rookie team finishing the year. This year, her sophomore campaign excelling already.
Another great swing from White Kettle. They can't stop her.
And credit to her setter for knowing, hey, if she's hot, right? You got to feed your hitters. If they're hungry, you got to feed them. And White Kettle is hungry for more.
Feed the hot hand, and they certainly are indeed. As they lead by 3, 5-2. Now in this third set. Here's Hampton. You knew her name was going to be called eventually in this third set. And there she is. Brings Carolina back within 2.
Coach Shaw credits Hampton with having such creative offensive skills, being able to find a kill in multiple ways, but sometimes all you need is that power, and there she showed it off.
A game-changing type player as Bobbitt gets it over. Another ace for North Carolina here today. That one just too strong.
Now serving for the Deacons, number 2, Patricia Lagita.
Lagita has serve right at Hampton. Bobbitt sets it up for Hampton, who gets it over. Lagita had a hand on it, but just not enough. Back within 1 is North Carolina.
Bobbitt coming in there, flying in there for the set, able to get Hampton in the right position for that big swing. Crawford gets a touch on it, but it's not enough.
Here's the back set for Crawford. Still in play by North Carolina. Shutter is there. Here comes the freshman in Malone. Gets some of her first minutes here today. And that one down the line by Crawford.
Again, this is that example of leaning on the veterans right now in set 3 that Coach Holzmeyer told Olivia, you know, just we have to lean on White Kettle and Crawford because they're the ones that are excelling right now, and Crawford able to slice through that block.
Lagita takes a big swing almost to the face. Here's Bobbitt setting up Shutter in the middle. Hampton just gets it over. Deeks leading the charge right now. Bobbitt can't get it over. Wake Forest lead again by 3.
Crawford does a nice job of disguising what she's going to do with that approach. She brings in a full approach, a full windup, but then just with that light roll shot for the point.
The back set, too strong there from Smith. Couldn't get good positioning. May sets her up once again as that one goes off the arm of Baker. And point for North Carolina. Here's a chance for Malone, and the freshman gets it down. We see her come off the bench a lot.
But look at that, making an immediate impact right off the bench, just reading that block, taking that inside edge. She played in one set her last time out, got a dig, got a block in there, but here she is producing on offense.
Has seen a good amount of playing time for Bridget Malone, but the block once again for Carolina, and we're tied at 8 apiece.
Smith's teammates just hyping her up. Big, powerful play by the sophomore, the Illinois transfer, who's from Durham, North Carolina, so no stranger to the triangle.
What an opportunity for Carolina. The crowd is fired up, and they're back in front.
This is the kind of play you build off of, right? Oh my gosh, look at how in front of the attack line, Taylor's able to get that ball. Such
quick timeout. Carolina once again leads in set 3. If you're just joining us, I'm Mike Guerriere alongside Amanda Poole. Courtside is our sideline reporter, Olivia Mundorf, as Wake Forest ties things up once again at 9 apiece.
First time seeing Olivia Fish tonight. She comes in, gets a kill, subs back out. She's one of those depth players that Coach Holzmeier speaks really highly of. She's stepped up when other players have been injured or new opportunities present themselves, and she's been a bright spot for the Wake Forest team.
Malone sends one right at our position. We were ready as they jump out in front once again. Tar Heels lead 10-9.
The 6'1" freshman outside, Bridget Malone, says, hi, welcome to the show. I'm here too with some power. She's been able to come in here and there, make a big impact. Good reps for the freshman.
Indeed it is. May with a great dig. Here's a chance for Malone, but she gets blocked. Whitekettle and Williams were there to reject it.
That's a strong block on that right side for Wake Forest, something we haven't seen a lot of this evening. They haven't been able to slow down that North Carolina attack, but Whitekettle is going to be the one to do so. Tallest player on this team, 6'5" there on that pin.
Another good serve from Crawford. Malone continuing to attack. Hampton in the middle for Barrant, but Williams and Whitekettle are there. Malone once again with some soft touch. Bellows was right there to back it up. A big time response from Wake Forest as they keep the rally alive. Right down the middle, are you kidding me? Jackie Taylor with the answer for Carolina.
Jackie Taylor was all over that rally, helping with the block, tipped back. Wake Forest gets it back over somehow, but then Taylor gets the dig and the kill. Just great concentration through that rally to be able to start it and finish it.
Well, we talked about it prior to this game. With the way that both of these defenses play, we were in store for some great rallies, and that one's certainly one to add to the list. Bollinger serves it right at Crawford. Barrant back set for Thorpe. Lagita was there on the block, and the point goes to Wake. eerily similar to that second set. We're tied once again.
Lagita, just like White Kettle, brings a lot of size and strength, but that time smarts as well, being able to read the high hands of Thorpe to shut her down.
Bollinger digs it out. Hampton not in a good position, but soft touch.
Point, Wake Forest.
And the point will go to Wake Forest.
Line judge says that was right outside the antenna. From our angle, it's hard to see, but that's why we got boots on the ground.
Couldn't do it without him. Great setup pass there from Barant to Thorpe. Just can't get a good angle on it. Hampton coming up clutch once again. Attacks right at Crawford. And 12-12, your score in the third set.
We've talked about the spotlight that Hampton has put herself in and what she stepped into this season, but Coach Shaw saying we like her there. We like her in the spotlight. She really meets the moment, and she's done that so far this season.
So now Erin Curtis to serve for the Tar Heels. Getting some of her first run here today. Already looking to attack her early. Thorpe with a big swing.
We haven't seen it much this set, but North Carolina taking advantage of a weak block from Wake Forest, a wide open hole there, and Thorpe being smart reading that hole.
Just such an exciting player to watch as Hampton is there on the block with Shutter. And that one goes Carolina's way. So 14-12, Carolina leads as Wake Forest being able to do that.
And she's making those decisions midair. Like while she's floating, she's got to turn her shoulder, switch her elbow to be able to find the kill. And that's Erin Curtis coming out of the timeout, getting an ace. That's her first ace this season.
So here's Carolina jumping out in front. They now lead by 3. The setup in the middle for Hawkins. Can't get it to go. And another point for North Carolina.
Coach Holzmeyer said they wanted to rely on their veterans, but those are your pin hitters. They haven't really been able to get their middles involved, making the job a little bit too easy for North Carolina blockers.
Curtis, after the ace, gets the error and brings the Demon Deacons back within 3.
Number 12, Olivia Fish. For Carolina, number 21, Jackie Taylor.
Olivia Fish makes her way back into the game for the Demon Deacons. Baker with another tremendous serve. Back set to Thorpe down the line. She's incredible, Amanda.
It's not, again, it's not only the points she comes up with, but the celebration. Flex on them. Chelsea Thorpe, flex on them. You deserve that after a crush like that one. And it's nothing new. We've seen that all evening. And in the non-conference play, Chelsea Thorpe has really set the tone.
Bobbitt to serve. It's been a mainstay in that aspect, in the block for Carolina, showing up again.
Again, this has been the deciding factor right now for North Carolina. The reason they've been able to go on runs and close out the first 2 sets was their blocking, their ability to shut down plays.
Here's the back set chance, and it's gonna go for Wake Forest.
And it's interesting because North Carolina head coach Shaw saying that he knows Wake Forest wants to extend the rallies. They want to keep playing as long as they can. The longer they play, the more success they have. But North Carolina, they want to end those rallies really quick with a big shutdown play. That's what we've seen so far, giving North Carolina the edge.
Just trying to get it over is Smith. Crawford just gets it through the block and puts the Deacons back on the board.
Haven't said her name in a while. Wake Forest has been shut down at the net, but shut her that time. Unable to close down that block. Crawford taking advantage.
Served right at Hampton. Set up for her down the middle. That's not something I'd want to get in front of. She grabs the 19th point for Carolina.
My jaw just dropped. I'm still trying to come up with the words to describe this. Look at, she's even surprised. Hampton is like, whoa, did I just do that?
I'll tell you what, you're not the first nor the last to be left speechless by Sophie Hampton. Here she is to serve. Williams trying to use the middle of the court. Set up for Malone. And the block once again, it's Lauren Shutter to help give Carolina a 5-point lead.
Sometimes it's about getting your hitters in the right position and not just a lower set. So Crawford just kind of forced into that block right there. North Carolina, nice timing.
Baker sets it up for Whitekettle, and May keeps it alive. Malone, the freshman, comes up for Carolina.
That's what's been so fun to watch about this team, right? You talk about the transfers, the veterans, the experienced players, but it's how they've been able to lead by example, bringing up players like Bridget Malone. They've got someone to look up to grow with. We're seeing the effects of practicing against each other every single day come into fruition here in match play.
The dominant day for this Carolina team continues. Just running away with this third set. Another great serve from Sophie Hampton, giving Wake Forest some problems. This time it's Malone and Shutter on the block on that far side as they continue to shut the Demon Deacons down.
What an outing defensively for North Carolina to build confidence from an ACC opener, setting the tone for themselves.
Hampton to serve again. Baker set up for Williams in the middle. Forgive me, Hawkins, and she got it.
Look at that. Wake Forest getting the middle involved and gets a quick kill. We haven't been able to see Hawkins get very involved because of some poor first contact or out of system rotations, things like that. But Hawkins, a threat.
For Malone. Here's a chance for North Carolina, and it's blocked by Wake Forest. Williams was there to greet her.
Blocked and out, and North Carolina makes it match point.
Match point here for North Carolina. Looking to complete the sweep. Some soft touch. Smith just able to get on it. Malone sends it over. Here's a chance for Wake Forest. It's blocked, but the rally continues. Crawford sends it up to Hampton. Here comes Smith. And that one doesn't get down.
Wake Forest. In the Demon Deacons, number 18, Becca Bellows, and number 22, Riley Whitekettle.
All the North Carolina fans on their feet as they are ready for the Tar Heels to end this. But Wake Forest is a team that won't go away. They'll continue to fight, and that's what Coach Holzmeyer wants to see.
So right now, North Carolina is challenging whether or not this was touched.
Carolina is challenging.
I think we're looking at Crawford's hands on the outside.
And this Carolina challenge is presented by Kakalaki.
It's a tough look. I don't really see any fingers flex back, or I'm not seeing the direction that ball really change.
Yeah, and that's what you look for, right? The rotation on the volleyball, some fingertips bending backwards. The initial ruling was no touch, so you have to have enough evidence from the video to be able to overturn that initial call.
Oh, we've got an amazing crew helping our officials out with the multiple camera angles that are provided for video replay, something that has been a crucial addition to college athletics.
The ball stands.
Indeed, it does.
Play stands.
The initial ruling stands as Carolina continues to look to close this one out.
Still match point for the Tar Heels.
Crowd is on their feet inside Carmichael. The crowd is into it. Smith tries to place it down. Barant for Malone. Crawford not gonna get there. Carolina completes the sweep. And what a way to start ACC play.